What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 12 of the Ultimate League series, and in this episode we are going into our first game against Manchester City in the Barclays Premier League, hoping to improve on our recent poor form that we've been having, not really being able to pick up a win. The last time we had a win was quite a few matches ago, so if we were to get a win here against Manchester City at home at the Amsterdam Arena, that would be very, very perfect for us because we're currently sitting in 15th position. I think we'll see the league table in a minute, but we're not sitting in the most solid of positions. I think we're sitting in 12th currently. I think we're in front of Wolfsburg, and I think it might be Zenit as well that are in front of who we played in the last episode. But we are doing okay, I guess you could say. 4 wins, 8 draws and 3 losses, and positive goal difference. You can't really ask for more than that, to be honest, considering the form that we've been on. We were really hoping to get a foothold in this match though and try and get a goal, and it's straight from kickoff. Manchester City playing it around, and yeah, we try and tackle and we do get the ball. But something that I do want to mention that was really bugging me today, and it's been very, very annoying and stressful for me, is the fact that I've had a lot of third copyright matches. I think that's what they're called anyway, and it's because of my outro, my new outro that I put in. And yeah, look at that run there from Duarte. That is a fantastic goal to get past the defence. And yeah, they did have Vincent Kompany out, did Manchester City. He had an injury, so that was really, really helpful for me because it meant I could just blast past their defence. I didn't think I'd get past that easily and score past Joe Hart, but I'm going to take it, and that does mean that we go 1-0 up in this game. But anyway, something that I was just talking about earlier before Duarte did score and interrupted me was the fact that I had, I think, about 10 copyright claims, and that is not something that you want, and it's very, very annoying because it meant that I had to go through every single video and edit out the outro. So what I'm going to have to do in this episode is put in my old outro, and that will mean that I won't get all of these copyright claims. And I've only just got rid of my current copyright claim that I did have back in, I think it might be in September or maybe August. I can't remember when it quite was, but whenever it was, I've only just quite got rid of it. I think it was yesterday or the day before, so you know, that's really good for me, and it means that I can now become a YouTube partner, and that'll be really, really good for me because it means that I'll be able to have access to more features and upload longer videos as well, because I've been restricted to 15-minute videos for the past 6 months, and that has been very frustrating for me because I've wanted to upload longer videos and I didn't want to be restricted to uploading shorter videos if there was more kind of content to show you guys. And that is probably the goal of the season. I just want to mention that Anderson is an absolute animal. He's just come into the team. I plopped him in the team for one match. I think it might have been against Zenit or maybe PSG, and that is a really good through ball there. I think that was from Schürrle maybe, or maybe even Duarte. He was playing fantastically in this match, and it's a really, really nice first time volley with his right foot, lots of power on it, and great control, great ball control, and Joe Hart just stood there like a statue. One of the times that you're ever going to see Joe Hart just standing there, just staring at the ball going into the back of the net, because that was a fantastic strike to make it 2-0. And already in 16 minutes, we had the upper hand in this game, and that is always something that you want, especially against a team with this, well, with such strength as Manchester City do have. But they had a very good chance to get back into the game there, but our defence was just so solid. It was a miracle, really. I mean, we were playing incredibly well. It was very strange because considering the form that we've currently been having, I just don't understand why we were playing so well. And we had a great chance there to make it 3-0, but unfortunately the volley is just not quite good enough. Although it was on target, a GDFOA couldn't quite steer it in and put enough power on it to get it past Joe Hart and make it 3-0. But we do go into half-time 2-0 up, and the reason I am showing you this is because the game wasn't actually as one-sided as you may think it is. Manchester City did have their shots on goal, but to be honest, we were just a lot more clinical in this game. You can see they had 3 shots from 3 on target, and the possession was pretty even as well, but their passing accuracy was just incredible. I mean, 89% passing accuracy, and I don't know why, but for some reason, I think it might be my play style, but I was trying to play a lot slower football. Look at that back heel there from Hosen. That is Really, really lovely from our Dutch striker, our youngster, and really, really good chance to make it 3-0, and Duarte couldn't quite steer it into the back of the net. Another great save from Joe Hart, but we were popping shots from everywhere, but they were just being blocked off by the defence. A great chance there for Kolben, who somehow manages to pick up the ball, and then another chance for Herson, but unfortunately he couldn't quite steer it into the back of the net, and Joe Hart parries the shot again, and into the 60th minute. They were starting to have a few more chances on goal, and it was starting to get a bit nervy because they were having a few shots on goal, and I don't know how we came out on top of that scramble. That could have been 2-1 there, and they could have easily got back into the game, although it probably wasn't that deserved despite the fact they did have a few shots on target. But Duarte once again having a shot, cutting inside, but unfortunately it is blocked by the defender once again. I thought he'd miss that by a mile, but then I realised that I did pick up a corner, and in the end I do give this one to Duarte because he'd been playing so well in the match, and I thought he'd be able to make a good delivery, which he does indeed, but unfortunately Kurt Zouma couldn't get his head on that and make it 3-0. We really did need that third goal, to be honest, because we really did deserve it. We'd been playing incredibly well, and it was something that I was hoping would come later on in the game, but it's instead Manchester City on the attack here. David Silva with his lovely dribbling skills, and how that went into the back of the net, I have no idea. Yaya Toure with an incredibly strange shot there, kind of facing the wrong way of the goal, but he still manages to tuck it into the back of the net somehow, off balance shot. And it's a really good shot, to be fair, to make it 2-1. But it was too little too late for Manchester City, and we do invariably pick up 3 points in this match. That is, of course, what we want. We really did need this 3 points desperately in this league because we don't want to be in the relegation zone, and that did give me a lot of confidence in the team. And having a confidence boost with a team that's not been playing well is very, very important. And I did realise in this match, the moral of the story is to just hold possession and pass it around. That's just something that I've learnt with this team, because booting up the pitch just doesn't work. It's not like with Bristol Rovers. You can't just boot it up the pitch and just score. You've just got to play slowly and build up the play and just hope for chances to get into the back of the net, really. Hope that, you know, your strikers are on form, and if they're not, then, you know, you're going to get losses and draws. That's as simple as that, really. You're not going to score any goals, and it's just not going to go your way. But into the second game of this episode, we are playing against Milan, and we are playing at home once again. 2 home games in this episode, and a good chance to get 2 wins in a row at the Amsterdam Arena, and prove to the fans that we are we should be the manager of Ajax. And that win really did put us into a really good position, into 9th position, which was very unexpected. That just goes to show how close the game is, or the league is. With regards to points, it's very, very close and even, and anyone could go through, anyone could get relegated, and anyone could get a Champions League spot. Even us, I don't know yet, but they do attack very early on, Milan. But Vermeer was playing very well in these past 2 games, and that is a fantastic save once again from the Dutch international keeper. Really good save from him, making sure that they don't score to make it 1-0. And once again, it's Milan on the attack. We couldn't really get a foothold early on into the game, and luckily Vermeer is there at the far post to make the save. Almost went into the back of the net, and it was very, very nervy early on in the game, especially in the first 30 minutes, because we just really couldn't create anything. We couldn't get on the ball. Milan were really dominating the play and making sure that we didn't get onto the ball, but nevertheless, we do pick up the ball with Van Rijn, and we do cross this ball in, and of course, you know what's coming. It's a header from Kolben, and that's just going to go in every single day of the week, isn't it now? I mean, we've scored so many headers in this series, and in career mode just generally. I've scored a crap ton of headers. I mean, it's so hard for the CPU to defend against it, because they just don't know how to trap back their defenders, really, and that allows me to score a lot of headers. And in this game, Kolben really wasn't letting me down, and he managed to make it 1-0. From nothing, really, because we were not in this game whatsoever. We didn't deserve anything that we had in this game. And once again, Anderson playing very well. Really lovely 1-2. And yeah, it's an own goal from Silvestre. I don't know how that went into the back of the net, but for some reason he decided to take a touch, and it was One of the most heavy touches you're ever going to see on career mode, and he does score an own goal. Abbiati is absolutely disgusted with his centre-half, his Italian centre-half, for scoring that own goal there, because he'd had that covered, he'd had the shot covered. All the centre-back had to do was clear that one away to make sure that they didn't get it on target. But some lovely play here from Milan, but unfortunately Erby Emanuelson can't tuck that one away. That was a really good chance. I think that might have been Nocerino that put him through, but it's a really poor shot. Look at that shot with his left foot. That probably was with his weaker foot, and that would explain why it was such a poor shot. But into the second half, we were just playing some slow football. This is just kind of showing you how I was playing, really. Very slow football and build-up play, but I find an open Anderson once again not being marked properly by a Constant, and we do cross it in and score our second header of the game with Victor Fischer to make it 3-0. And it was just going from bad to worse for AC Milan. They just were not in this game, and we were just dominant throughout the game, and we managed to make it 3-0 there, despite the fact that they did have a couple of chances on goal. Vermeer once again was just playing very, very well, but their defence and their goalkeeper Abbiati just wasn't playing the part in this game. But invariably, they do get a very good chance here, and of course it's Balotelli. I mean, you cannot stop him when he's in those one-on-one situations. Even when the centre-back's pressuring him off the ball, he's just going to bully his way past the defence. And he does indeed do that to get AC Milan a kind of a consolation goal, I guess you could say. It was a really good finish from him. And he's certainly probably one of the best young strikers to buy in career mode. Although he's 24, I think, so you could call that young, you could call that old. But he's certainly one of the best strikers on career mode and Ultimate Team. But we do the kickoff glitch here, and we get it to CM de Jong, who has a shot just inside the box, but Abbiati manages to save that shot. He hadn't had the best of games, but he did manage to save that shot to make sure that we didn't go 4-1 up. And from the corner, Kurt Zuma's header is saved once again. So 2 saves within the space of, well, 30 seconds really of in-game time. And then we do cross it in once again, but unfortunately the header of Herson, I think that was, didn't quite go into the back of the net. And that is the end of this game. We do win it 3-1. And we pick up 2 wins in a row, and that means that we picked up 6 points from 2 games. A lot better from the team, and a lot more fun for me to play, especially when we are picking up these wins very easily, and just having a lot more fun with this series. It's getting a lot more fun, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode. If you do want another episode of Career Mode tomorrow, please be sure to get this video to 30+ likes, and I'll make that happen for you guys. So remember, 30+ likes for another episode of Career Mode tomorrow, and I'll get that done for you. But guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of Career Mode. I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another episode. Thanks for watching.